Hello dear students, in this session let us study the concept of substitution property. This substitution property is for your delta ij symbol. Okay. So in the previous session we have seen the delta ij symbol. This delta ij symbol is called as Kronecker delta symbol, right? So it takes two values, one if I is equal to j and 0 whenever I is not equal to j, and the value of delta kk is nothing but 3. Delta ij will be 0 for delta 1 2, delta 1 3, delta 2 3, delta 2 1, delta 3 1 and delta 3 2, right? Whereas delta 1 1, delta 2 2, delta 3 3 will be 1. So this is how we defined our delta symbol, that is nothing but Kronecker delta symbol. So now let us study the property of this delta symbol or delta ij symbol in this session. Okay, we have 5 properties under delta ij symbol. So the first one is delta ij aj is equal to ai. This a is nothing but your vectors. It may be a unit vector. Okay, so now first what I will do is I will consider this as, I will assign this delta aj to some value, saying bi is equal to delta ij aj. So at the end, if I prove bi is equal to ai, then this is nothing but proving that delta aj is equal to ai, isn't it? So if you observe, this j is nothing but dummy suffixes here. So summation will be taken over j, right? I is nothing but my free suffix. So now consider bi is equal to delta ij aj. So what is b1 now from this? That means the value of I is 1. For your better understanding, you can write like this: j is equal to 1 to 3 delta ij aj for I is equal to 1. So this will become b1 is equal to delta 1 j aj, write it with summation. Okay, so summation j is equal to 1 to 3 delta 1 j aj. This is nothing but b1 is equal to delta 1 1 a1 plus delta 1 2 a2 plus delta 1 3 a3. So we know from the definition of delta ij symbol, delta 1 2 is 0, delta 1 3 is 0, where delta 1 1 is 1. So you will get b1 is equal to a1, right? Similarly, if you consider I is equal to 2, this will become b2 is equal to summation j is equal to 1 to 3 delta 2j aj. So you can write this as b2 is equal to delta 21 a1 plus delta 22 a2 plus delta 23 a3. Delta 21 is 0, delta 23 is 0, delta 22 is 1. So you will get b2 is equal to a2. Similarly, when I is equal to 3, you will get b3 is equal to summation j is equal to 1 to 3 delta 3j aj. So this is nothing but b3 is equal to delta 31 a1 plus delta 32 a2 plus delta 33 a3. Here delta 31 is 0, delta 32 is 0, whereas delta 33 is 1. So you will get b3 is equal to a3. right? So we can write this in general form, or if I generalize this thing, I will get bi is equal to ai, right? So what is my bi now? Bi is nothing but delta ij aj. So this implies ai is equal to delta ij aj, or we can write this as delta ij aj is equal to ai. This is nothing but property number 1. The second property is delta ij ajk is equal to aik. Okay, so this is my second property. Here we have three suffixes I, j and k, where your j is dummy suffix, I and k are free suffix, right? So let's see how we can solve this, or how we can prove this property. As we have did in the previous property, here also I will consider bik is equal to delta ij ajk, and I will prove that bik is equal to aik. Okay, so first, for if I and k is equal to 1, that is b11 will be, we can write this as summation j is equal to 1 to 3 delta 1j aj1, right? That means I and k is equal to 1. So this is delta 11 a11 plus delta 12 a21 plus delta 13 a31. This is 0, this is 0. You will get a11 for b11. You can observe here we have different suffixes here. So I have to prove this property for all the values like a11, a12, a13, a21, a22, a23, a31, a32 and a33. For all these values I have to prove. So if I prove for a11, this will be same for a22 and a33. Similarly, if I prove for a21, that will be similar for a12. If I prove for a13, it will be similar for a31, since the suffix are vice versa, right? So these two will be equal. So first one, b11 will become a11. So from this, by generalizing this, I can directly write that b22 is equal to a22 and b33 is equal to a33, right? So now let's consider I is equal to 1 and k is equal to 2. So this is nothing but b12 is equal to summation j is equal to 1 to 3 delta 1j aj2, right? This is delta 11 a12 plus delta 12 a22 plus delta 13 a32, right? This is 0, this is 0, this is 1. You will get b12 is equal to a12. So from this we can conclude that b13 will be equal to a13, b31 will be equal to a31, b23 will be equal to a23 and b32 will be equal to a32, right? So generalizing this and this, all the values, we can generalize all these values by writing bik is equal to aik. So now what is my bik? Bik is nothing but delta ij ajk. So from this we can write delta ij ajk is equal to aik. This is my second property. Now let's move to third property. Third property is nothing but delta ij akj is equal to aki. Don't get confused. Your second property and third properties are not same. So here I have akj. In your second property it was ajk, right? So here I have aki. In second property you are having aik. Don't get confused between second and third properties. Okay, so as usual consider bki is equal to delta ij akj. J's are my dummy suffixes, I and k is a free suffix. So as usual, if I is equal to k is equal to 1, you will get b11 is equal to summation is on j is equal to 1 to 3 delta 1j a1j. So this is nothing but delta 11 a11 plus delta 12 a12 plus delta 13 a13. You will get b11 is equal to a11. Similarly, we can write b22 is equal to a22 and b33 is equal to a33. So now we have to find the values when I and k are different, right? So if I is equal to 1 and k is equal to 2, that is b21 is equal to delta 1j a2j. I have a summation j is equal to 1 to 3. So this is nothing but delta 11 a21 plus delta 12 a22 plus delta 13 a23. This is 0, this is 0, this is 1. So I will get b21 is equal to a21. Right? So similarly we can write b31 is equal to a31, b13 is equal to a13, b12 is equal to a12, b23 is equal to a23 and b32 is equal to a32. Generalizing all this, we can write bki is equal to aki and bki is nothing but delta ij akj. This is equal to aki. This is nothing but your third property. Okay, now let's move to fourth property. Fourth property is delta ij aij is equal to aii. Okay, so in this case it is obvious that we don't want to prove for 1 3 3 1 2 1 1 2 2 3 and 3 2, right? Because I have I, that means I is also a dummy suffix here. I and j both are dummy suffixes. So as usual, first put bii is equal to delta ij aij. b11 will be delta 1j a1j. So if I take summation on j, this will become delta 11 a11 plus delta 12 a12 plus delta 13 a13. This will gives you b11 is equal to a11. Similarly for b22 is equal to a22 and you will get b33 is equal to a33. Therefore you can generalize this as bii is equal to aii and bi is nothing but delta ij aij is equal to aii. So this is nothing but your fourth property. The last property is delta ij delta jk akm is equal to aim. So I have four suffixes here, I, j, k and m, right? J and k are dummy suffixes, I and m are free suffixes here. First what I will do is delta jk AKM is nothing but AJM. This is from one of your property, that is your property number 2. You can observe here I have I in the first position and k in the last position, which gives you aik in your second property. Here j is in first position and m is in the last position, that is nothing but your free suffixes, and k is my dummy suffix here, whereas in your property 2 it was j dummy suffix, right? So using property 2 we can write delta jk akm as ajm. Now what is there on the LHS side? Delta ij ajm, right? So again we can use the property, the same property. Here j is dummy suffix and I and m are free suffixes. So from this we will get aim, because delta ij ajm is equal to aim. So using property 2 we can prove property 5. Okay, so this is all about your substitution property of delta ij symbol. So you can understand one thing, since the property name itself a substitution property, in each step in each property we have substituted your LHS value to some other value, right? So this is how the name is substitution property of delta ij symbol. So now let's move to next important topic, which is nothing but the epsilon ijk symbol, which is similar to your delta ij symbol. But in delta ij symbol we were discussing about two suffixes, and this delta ij was taking two values. Here in epsilon ijk symbol, as you can observe, we have three suffixes and your epsilon value will take three values. For different position of your ijk, epsilon takes three different values. Okay, so the symbol epsilon ijk is known as Levi-Civita symbol. We call this symbol as Levi-Civita symbol. So epsilon ijk will be defined as, it will take the value 0 if in these three values if any two or all variables are equal. That means if any two or all variables are equal. That means for epsilon iik or epsilon ijj or epsilon ikk, like this, you can observe here two variables are repeated, or it may be epsilon III, epsilon kkk, epsilon jjj. For these type of variables you will get epsilon ijk value as 0. That is as good as telling epsilon 111, epsilon 222, epsilon 333, or epsilon 112, epsilon 221. For all these combinations you will get epsilon ijk value as 0. Okay, and epsilon ijk value takes the value -1 when even permutation of your ijk. That means if ijk is an even permutation of 1, 2, 3, that means ijk values are acyclic. You can also use the word as acyclic. Okay, that means epsilon 1 3 2. So if 1 2 3 is in cyclic manner, right? So here you can observe the rotation takes place in this way. If the rotation is in this way, we can say that our 1 ijk values are acyclic. 1 3 2. So like this 1 3 2 3 2 1 2 1 3. For all these values, your epsilon ijk takes -1, and it will take the value 1 if ijk is odd permutation of 1 2 3. That means cyclic 1 2 3. This is in cyclic manner. 1 2 3 is in cyclic manner. So for if ijk are in cyclic manner, your epsilon ijk takes the value 1. If this is in acyclic manner, your epsilon ijk takes -1. If any of these variables or more than 2 variables are equal, your epsilon ijk takes the value 0. Okay. In epsilon ijk symbol, the determinant of a matrix A with elements aij. So determinant of matrix A with elements aij can be written in terms of epsilon ijk. Okay. In your delta ij symbol, we just written the determinant in a matrix form. Here I have 3 suffixes. So the matrix can be written in terms of epsilon ijk. Okay. That is nothing but determinant of matrix A is represented as A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So determinant of this matrix can be written in terms of epsilon ijk with a summation notation, right? So we can write this as summation I is equal to 1 to 3, summation j is equal to 1 to 3, summation k is equal to 1 to 3, epsilon ijk a1i, a2j, a3k. So I have dummy suffixes I, j, k. All three are dummy suffixes. So we have taken summation over I, j, k. And this is the position, that is first row, second row, third row, right? So this will be the positions. So this is how we can express a determinant of a matrix in epsilon I using epsilon ijk symbol. So one more thing is this Levi-Civita symbol can be expressed as scalar triple product. Since it is having a 3 suffixes, we will express this using scalar triple products of your unit vector, right? So of any of the unit vectors. For time being, I will consider the unit vectors as E1 cap, E2 cap, E3 cap. Okay, so using scalar triple product, we can express the determinant as epsilon ijk is equal to determinant of E1 cap, E2 cap, E3 cap. If I generalize this, I can rewritten this as EI cap dot EJ cap cross EK cap. I will call this as some equation number 1. Okay. So we know that cross product of two vectors can be, we have seen this, right? E cross EJ cross EK is equal to minus of EK cross EJ, right? So that is nothing but E1 cross E2 is nothing but minus of E2 cross E1. This is nothing but E1 cross E2 gives you E3. You might have studied this in your lower classes, right? So you will get minus E3 cap. I dot I is 1, whereas I cross J is K. J cross K gives you I. We have seen this. I have explained this in one of the property also, right? So using that we can write in this way. Sorry, this is plus E3. E1 cross E2 is E3. This is ulta. So you will get E2 cross E1 as minus E3. Minus into minus become plus. So similarly, E2 cap cross E3 cap gives you minus of E3 cap cross E2 cap. This is E1 cap. So similarly, E3 cross E1 gives you minus of E1 cross E3. This is E2. So I will call this as equation number 2. Now you can observe here I have I, J, K. So I can give 3 values, right? So 3 values for all. If I consider all the combinations, I will get around 27 relations. Isn't it? So 3 suffixes, I will give 3 values. So possibility is 3. 3 cube becomes 27. So you will get 27 relations. Right? So you can write all the relations. That is E1 cap, E2. You can go through in your notes. I have written all 27 relations, in which you can observe here E1, E2, E3. This is in a cyclic manner. 2, 3, 1. This is in a cyclic manner. That means if I consider 1, 2, 3 in this way, 1, 2, 3, right? Cyclic. 2, 3, 1, cyclic. 3, 1, 2, cyclic. So your epsilon ijk takes the value 1. In this example, you can observe the variable of 2 suffixes are equal, right? So your epsilon ijk takes the value 0. Here this is in a acyclic manner. 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1. So your epsilon ijk takes minus 1 value, right? So here I have written 9 relations. The remaining relations are here. In the remaining relations, all the relations consist of 2 equal variables. So you will get the values as 0. Using this 27 relations, we can generalize this as epsilon ijk is equal to jki is equal to kij is equal to, this all things will be equal, because if this is acyclic, since ikj is acyclic, the value will be minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1 is again plus 1. So the value of epsilon ijk, if ijk is in cyclic manner, you will get plus 1 itself, right? So this all takes the value plus 1. Here we can express ei cap cross ej cap as epsilon ijk ek cap. If ijk are in cyclic manner, that means if this is E1 cap cross E2 cap, you will get E3 cap. That means ij are in cyclic manner, right? If this is in acyclic manner, this 2, 1 means you will get minus E3 cap, right? So if any of these two are equal, that means E1 cross E2, sorry, if I and J are equal, this will become E1 cap cross E2 E1 cap itself. Cross product of same vector is 0. And if epsilon I and if I and J are equal, this will become epsilon I K. So variables are repeating, you will get this value as 0. So you can generalize this as ei cap cross ej cap is equal to epsilon ijk ek cap. Okay, so this is all about epsilon ijk symbol. In the next session, let's solve problems on this. Okay, thank you.